Hi Libra, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and welcome in if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. This is a weekly reading for September 13th through the 19th. How did you fare through the new moon in Virgo last week? I really like the energy. A practical new beginning for us, creating new habits, things like that, right? So hopefully getting your mind wrapped around what it is that you're wanting to change. Now, for the rest of September and into October, we're going to have some serious Venus energy, and it's in Scorpio, so it can be about the deeper stuff that we need to drudge up and talk about in relationships. That could be happening. To start this week, September 13th, we're going to have Sun opposite Neptune, and that can be about some disappointments and disillusionments. So getting honest and real with each other and talking in our relationships, whether it's love partnerships or friendships or any other kind of relationships, can be very healing and help us make the changes that we do need to make so that we can go forward. Today what I'm going to do is instead of reading from the book for the oracle, I'm going to read the message on the front of the card, but I'm pulling three and then reading the 3 paragraphs. So I just pulled one for you, and this is from the Spirit Messages by John Holland with the art of Matt Manley. And I'm going to use the Druidcraft by Philip and Stephanie Cargom with the artwork of Will Worthington, one of my favorites. Okay, so I just got your first card, and it is A Child's Love. I've pulled that 3 times already for some of the signs. So I think we're getting into our inner child this week. I also think we're probably talking to our children this week. I think it could be a really good thing. Healing some family dynamics, perhaps. Whether you're an adult child or you have, young children in your house. Okay, there's your second one. We have Believe. Okay. And one more for you, Libra. Let's see. Libra, there it is. It is Be Proud. I love that. Okay. A Child's Love, Believe, and Be Proud. All right, that's beautiful. And now I'm going to pull 9 from the Druidcraft. So while I'm shuffling, Libra, if you would just settle in, we'll do what we do here on the channel. And take 3 deep cleansing breaths so that we can get nice and relaxed. Oxygenate the brain. Bring down the cortisol, lower that stress, right? Okay. Hold on, they're falling out. Okay, whoa. Okay, that one just wants to pop. We have King of Cups. All right. I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. These are so big, these cards. And nope, that one wanted to pop out. And then I'm going to cut the deck. So it's cut now. I did a lot of shuffling. Okay. Before I turn the camera on, so they're ready to roll. After a few shuffles, there we go. So we have the King of Cups, the wheel. I'm going to show you these, of course, individually. We're going to go horizontally, vertically, and big picture. Okay, stay with me if you would. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. A lot of people getting that this week. 6 of Swords. That's good, moving forward from it. 8 of Pentacles. Awesome. Queen of Cups. We got the King and Queen of Cups on the board. Okay, good. The Lovers. That looks really good. Bodes well. And the Sun, Libra. I like this week for you, Libra. Very much. This looks very hopeful and forward moving. I like that a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the deck. I look at the 3 cards on the bottom of the deck. All right, you may be talking, Libra, to somebody about something you really want that you have been keeping inside. And maybe you're going to express it. Or it could just be exciting news that you're going to share. Who knows? Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. So, first and foremost, I'm going to take a quick, deeper look at your reading while you're breathing and relaxing. When I touch the cards, somehow I just get the messages more clearly. Plus, I'm funny about them being perfectly straight. All right, let me look. I'm going to take a sip of water. I think you've been going through through some relationship changes, trying to move something forward that you've been worried about. And now I think that there's something coming in that's exciting. It could be a new job. It could be working on a relationship. It could be your partner working at a new job. It could be potentially a friend or a child. Whatever this is about, it definitely is positive. Things are turning in a positive way, I'm seeing for you, Libra. So let's read these 3 cards first, okay? A child's love. The love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as a part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. So whether this is about your child, or whether it's about your parent's child, in other words, you, whether you're young or an adult child. Either way, this is about the parent-child bond, isn't it? Okay, a child's love. Then we have believe. It says, the force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. That is so big and important and true. I'm going to read it one more time. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are. The force that works through all of those ideas is the power of your belief. Very, very, very true. Right? What you believe, you achieve. So it's one of those things. You gotta believe it. No matter what it is that you want in life, you gotta believe in it. You gotta believe in yourself. Right? Okay. And then be proud. And I think that that's what this message is saying right now. It's like you need to believe in yourself and be proud. Maybe as a child you didn't believe in yourself. Or maybe you have a child that's not believing in themselves right now. And if you experience that as a child, you could be very helpful to your child now by just sharing that. Sharing how you felt as a child, especially if they're going through it. And helping them to find their self-belief now, you know? Okay, it says be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you have achieved, all that you are, and all that you will still become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. Beautiful. I love this message for you so much. And those 3 cards are so in alignment with what I'm looking at on the table as well. All right, let's do bottom of the deck. This is internal, usually subconscious, coming to the surface, coming to consciousness, because you're working on it internally. So I have the Princess of Wands, the King of Wands, and the High Priestess. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a message coming forward. In either you are in your yang energy of fire as the King of Wands, or there's a message coming from a King of Wands that has something to do with something that you're unaware of, or you might know, feel in your gut, but you don't know for sure. And maybe you're waiting to hear from someone. And I think it's good news. I think it's positive news, something that comes across as confidence. So maybe it's been hidden inside of someone and someone wants to say something. So in other words, if this is your child, they're trying to find their self-confidence and go from the page to the king. Or the page is your child needing to come to you in your yang energy of self-confidence to talk about what they're feeling on the inside. Okay, but somewhere in this message is a message about confidence, a message about self-assurance, and a message about something that's very deep within that comes from the High Priestess, right? Something that is silent, that isn't usually spoken. And maybe somebody wants to say something out loud. Maybe somebody needs to talk about their own lack of self-confidence if it's your child, or maybe it's you talking to someone about their lack of self-confidence. But somewhere in all of this, this is saying to believe in yourself and be proud. This is saying that maybe in childhood you learned to doubt yourself for whatever reason. Maybe your parents doubted themselves and that's the dynamic you saw play out. Maybe your child is doubting and lost in self-doubt because they saw that in you. And that is no shade. We all go through moments of self-doubt, all of us. But it may be an issue that needs to be discussed. And I'm seeing that under the deck, that subconsciously there's a message here about something that has to do with, you know, your will, your self-confidence, and how you exert yourself in the world, how you assert yourself, you know, and how you feel about yourself with these two cards, right? And that it's been kept within. So this could also be, by the way, I have to say it, you could be highly intuitive. If you are an HSP, highly sensitive person, this is also somebody that is really on point with their intuition as well. And maybe that's something you haven't ever said out loud, and yet, you know, you're on fire with that. That's a side message for someone who's been hearing a lot internally and getting some serious messages that are, I think, very spiritual, honestly. Okay, let's go across the top. We have the King of Cups. This is the yang energy of the element of water, and so emotions. And this is someone who knows how they feel, and they take action on how they feel. They're very genuine about it. Not necessarily gushing with their emotions, but they are genuinely open about their emotions when necessary. And, or I should say emotionally mature, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Something is happening emotionally within you. It is changing. The wheel is turning. And it's allowing you to actually nurture yourself or someone else. If this is two different people, then this is someone with their heart open, who's being emotionally mature. This is someone who's very caretaking and nurturing. And, you know, it's changing the dynamic if it's a relationship. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's always something that really does change the atmosphere, okay? It's a timing card. It's about the kind of the divine timing of things and how, like the seasons, right? A change of season. It feels different. That's my point. Okay, so then we have the Nine of Swords. So there's been some worry, concern, and maybe even doubt. That's what I'm getting, doubt. Okay, and then the Six of Swords, but moving forward from that now. Okay? It's like I'm moving forward. It's I don't need to doubt. I don't need to doubt myself anymore, and I don't need to doubt everybody else because I'm so filled with doubt myself, right? Then there's the Eight of Pentacles. You're working on this issue. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you working on this issue. Now, if you're working on it about yourself, you're within yourself, well, you're doing well and you're going to succeed moving forward. If you're working on someone else's self-doubt and you're trying to be helpful to them and give them advice and say, you know what, I felt the same way when I was young. You know, I doubted myself all the time. I didn't have any self-belief. This conversation could truly change someone's life with that Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Talking about these kinds of feelings will empower either you or your child, someone else, any child, or anyone who's going through that kind of vulnerable state within, right? So it's a way to move forward on it and put it into practice. The Eight of Pentacles. Put it into practice that one can move forward from negative thinking, right? With the Six of Swords, move forward from negative thinking by practicing telling themselves the positive instead. Nope, I'm not going to have that thought, that's doubtful thought about myself. I'm going to delete that and put in a positive thought instead, because what you believe you achieve, right? Okay, so it's time to end this way of thinking and move forward in this way of thinking, okay? So whether it's you or someone else, this is a powerful message that this is something that should be put into practice. Then we also have the Queen of Cups, so the yin energy. This is internally, emotionally balanced and intuitive. This is understanding your feelings, right? This is being emotionally mature about how to manage your feelings, how you act with your feelings. This is understanding them. That you intuitively understand that our feelings are the bridge to communication and love in every way. It is how we connect with the rest of humanity, isn't it? Right? Okay, then we have the Lovers card. So I think that you do have someone in your life that you love very, very much. With the King and Queen of Cups on the table and the Lovers card, this is very likely about your partner. So I think that that's looking strong, although there are worries here. And maybe the worries are actually about a child, or if not, you're both worried about working through the dynamics of childhood wounds, okay? But the last card today in your reading is the Sun. And this bodes incredibly well for healing and confidence, a new way of seeing through the eyes of self-acceptance and the acceptance of the other. This is acceptance. It's being your naked sun solar self and being vulnerable and true and being that way together with these two figures on this card also being nude. And so I'm seeing vulnerability here is my point. Okay, so let's go down the vertical. The King of Cups. Worry and there's stress with the Queen of Cups, but you know, they're both looking in different directions, so maybe you guys feel differently about things, and maybe it's caused doubt, right? Maybe you guys have been, feeling differently about something. I'm not sure what. Maybe one of you believes in your intuition and the other doesn't. Maybe one of you believes in yourself, but the other doesn't. It's that, okay? It could be difference in beliefs, whatever. In, emotional beliefs about how your emotions make you feel and what the feelings make you think and believe, right? That's what I'm seeing. Then we have the Wheel. That's a change. With the Six of Swords, it's moving forward from negative thinking into positive thinking. It's a solution. This is problem solving. And in a relationship. So this is change and forward movement in a relationship. That's beautiful. And then I have the Queen of Pentacles. This is nurturance and caretaking, working on it and putting it into practice every day with the Eight of Pentacles on the regular and the Sun, and it being and becoming more positive. This is a beautiful reading, Libra. I love this reading for you. I think that whatever it is that you learned in childhood, or if this is about your child, you have something to say, whether it's to yourself or to your child, about what you believe about yourself or what your child believes about themselves. And to remind yourself or your child to be proud of who they are. Because no matter how flawed we may ever be, no matter how many mistakes we may ever make, what one believes about themselves pretty much predicts the outcome of their whole life. Okay? So in believing in oneself, one has every single opportunity to achieve their dreams, to have love, abundance, trust, truth, faith, friendship, all of the good things. But when one does not believe in oneself, they don't believe in other people, they don't believe in life, they don't believe in love, they don't trust, this may be an issue. And if it's an issue with your child, and this is a message, from child to parent or parent to child, this is something that you need to trust your gut about. Something that you really need to speak out, or that they do, that they've kept hidden in with the High Priestess. It's secret knowledge. It's also deep wisdom. So it can be self-wisdom, knowing, oh, I just don't have this kind of courage or faith in myself. So you could help someone here, or they could help you. And if this is just inner child work, Sun. This is a beautiful reading. I wish you the best. Libra, we're going to come into your season next week. We're going to talk about Mercury retrograde. It's going to affect you in a very big way, and I hope in this way, because you do have this beautiful Wheel of Fortune. So look it up. Way to go, Libra. I'll talk to you again next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you.